So what's up? I'm Sergeant Ballistic, but you can call me Brian, and thanks for checking out my video, vlog number 2. So there's been a ton of growth in my channel over the last couple of days, so in this vlog, I figured I'd talk about that a little bit. Also, I want to let you guys know about some videos I have coming up and update you on some of my projects. So let's go. So it's pretty much all you guys know. I was on Tech Talk with Barnacles and Jay's 2 Cents last Thursday. It's probably why most of you guys are here. It was a great experience and I can't thank those guys enough for having me on. They're just two awesome guys who love talking about tech as much or more than I do. I was actually super nervous about being on the show. It was my first time doing anything like that. I've been watching them live for a while now. It's just crazy. I never thought I'd actually end up being on that show. So go ahead and check out that video. I'll try to link it up there for you. And for anybody who's watching this who isn't subbed to their channels, go check them out. They make hilarious, funny, and entertaining and educational videos on technology and all sorts of stuff. So thanks so much to everybody who's checked out my videos and subbed to my channel recently. I'm super excited. I haven't deleted a single notification email yet. Overall, I'm just really happy to see my channel growing and I can't wait to provide some more great content for you guys. So some of you guys might have come to my channel and explored it a little bit and been like, what the hell, Ballistic? Where are all your videos at? And the answer is, I only have a couple videos up right now. I have been doing a ton of shooting though, trying to master all the techniques necessary to put together great content. So as Jay's 2 Cents mentioned in his camera update video, it takes a lot of practice to try to get those smooth slide, pan, and tilt shots. It's just a slow process and takes a lot of time to master. So I have a huge backlog of projects already in the works and planned for the future. Maybe a whole build log, maybe my first Intel build in about 4 years, maybe a full water cooler loop. Okay, so speaking of new content, some of that's gonna involve what's in this box. So you guys are probably saying like, Ballistic, what's in the box? You need to show some patience. I don't even think you deserve it now. So in the box are a whole bunch of stuff I just ordered from Amazon on Thursday and it actually got here the next Friday before noon. It's like crazy. What do they like know what I'm gonna order before I do it? I'm kind of scared, it's like Skynet or something. So the first thing out of the mysterious box is 2 8GB sticks of Corsair Vengeance RAM. This is going into my editing rig. I have 16 gigs in there right now in a 4x4 configuration, so this will boost me up to 24 gigs and help a lot in the editing and rendering process. So if you guys watched the Tech Talk video, you know I'm a pretty big fan of Corsair products. I'm not really a fanboy or anything like that. I just show brand loyalty to products who don't break and have an easy and pain-free RMA process. Pretty much I keep buying this RAM because it works for what I need. It's 1600 megahertz and DDR3, of course. Right now, I'm of the school of thought that high-speed RAM just isn't worth it for what I need. I know some APUs from AMD can really benefit from higher speed RAM, and if you're doing some heavy overclocking, having that leeway with the speed can be helpful, but that's not the case with either of my rigs right now, so I just keep with 1600 megahertz. This RAM does have pretty low cast timings, and what I see with a whole lot of higher speed RAMs is they sacrifice lower cast timings and higher voltages to get that higher speed. So I'm really happy with this stuff so far. It hasn't failed on me at all through about 3 builds, so I tend to want to stick with it. Maybe if I do a new build, I'll maybe switch it up to a different brand or higher speeds to see if it benefits me at all. So on my editing rig, I'm going to be updating the RAM. I'm going to be switching out my power supply. I have a Corsair, surprise, surprise, HX750 that I'm going to pop in there. And I really want to just take all the internals out and put them into a new case. It's in a pretty old case. It's an X-Clio wind tunnel, which really surprisingly, or maybe not surprisingly, doesn't have great airflow. So I'm going to pick a new case. But if you guys have recommendations for a different case to build an editing rig in, let me know in the comments and maybe I'll take it into consideration. So next up, out of the mysterious box, we have a Logitech C90 Pro HD webcam. So if you guys watched Tech Talk, you saw the horrible quality I was getting out of my webcam built into my Lenovo W510. This should remedy that. So if maybe those guys want to have me on the show again at some point, I'll have a much clearer webcam and hopefully I'll be more talkative and a little bit more vibrant. So no real surprises why I went with this. It's pretty ubiquitous for anybody who streams. And also Logitech is just a brand I trust. Again, if things don't break, I don't tend to switch brands. I'd also like to start streaming on Twitch a little bit more. I've done a lot of tests with Shadowplay and it works pretty well, but I kind of want to get a capture card to put in my editing rig, which will make it a streaming rig. And once I get all that figured out, I kind of want to do some content on how to set up a stream. I've looked around for some videos on how to set up your webcam with OBS split and set up your mixer so you can have 2 computers running and get all the audio to all the places you need, but I haven't found a lot of good quality videos on it. So hopefully I can get some content made that'll help anybody out there who wants to stream be able to do it a bit easier. So the next thing out of the magic box is a Chromecast. Most of you guys should be pretty familiar with what this can do. If you do want to see a video on it, let me know in the comments and I'll see if I can put together something quick. So if you haven't seen my vlog number 1, go check it out. If you have seen it, then you know at my desk at work, we've got a TV set up so we can all cast our screens to it, play music and videos and all that kind of stuff. And this is just going to help facilitate that a lot easier than something like a Mirrorcast and a lot of the other janky things we've tried. The next thing out of the box is Kingston 120 gigabyte SSD. So this is going to go on my HP PC, so I'm not really terribly worried about performance. I just want to get my OS and applications onto this. That way I can dedicate all my hard disks to actually storing the content. And I want to get eventually, I guess, 3, 4 terabyte drives in there, and that should be fine for a really long time. I won't have to update them, and it'll store all my content, and I can stream that out to all my PCs easily. All right, we're almost done. The next thing in the magic box I got here in like 12 hours somehow is, I guess it's kind of hard to see. Yeah, it's just a mounting system. Let's do a live impromptu unbagging during an unboxing. But basically it's just a whole bunch of clamps and stuff like that. I hope you can see it. That'll allow me to hook a tablet up and use it as an external monitor, and I can mount this to my tripod or one of my rigs and just be able to, focus and check lighting and all that kind of stuff that much easier. If you've seen Jay's 2 Cents' camera update, then you know what I'm going for. It'll just be able to sit right there, and then I can be like, yeah, baby, I look good. Barnacle made me say that, but I do look good though. Thunder. So the last thing out of the magical transporting box is a major disappointment. No, this is actually just a Rubbermaid under a shelf, or in my case, it's gonna go under my desk drawer that I can store card readers and cards and pencils and just all that kind of crap I have all over my desk. I'm not really a minimalistic person, as you probably noticed if you checked out my vlog number 1 video, but I do think that there's a lot of good stuff about, kind of having a minimalist setup. There's just less stuff there to get in your way, less clutter, less distractions, and I really want to be able to put out content fast and consistently, so that's going to help me out a lot, being able to just shove that stuff into the drawer, get it out of the way, concentrate on getting stuff edited and put together and uploaded to you guys. So not really a big thing. It was like $12, but I really think it's just one of those small things that can help me out and get me faster and have more peace of mind when I'm editing videos. So that is it for the magical box that somehow Amazon and UPS managed to particle beam here in like 12 hours. I'm really freaked out about that. I feel like there's some kind of a Skynet thing going on. So now for some updates on projects I'm currently working on. First up is the main cabinet that some of you guys might have seen in my vlog. It wasn't really a cabinet, it was more of a piece of wood set on I guess it was a coffee table that folded out, but as you'll see in my pictures, and if you follow me on Instagram and Twitter, you'll get a slightly more frequent updates with pictures of all that kind of stuff. But we're building a control panel that the idea is for it to be modular and support 4 players. We want to be able to pick it up and move it to different TVs and stuff for right now while we're still designing and building the cabinet. But we want to be able to play on it, so the idea is to just prototype it real quick, get the spacing built out. I just went and bought like $30 worth of wood. I actually got kind of the perfect amount, which is surprising. Usually I have to go to Home Depot or Lowe's like 4 times, and I either get way too much wood or not enough wood. Wood jokes. euphemisms. But yeah, the idea is to prototype it out, and if it works out really well and it looks nice, we'll use it in the final build. We're going to do a full MAME cabinet that's going to go in the gaming room in our new offices. That's going to actually be downstairs from here. We're kind of in it's a little bit of a makeshift space, but it works for us right now. But we're really excited to be moving down there. We're going to have a whole game room with a nice, large, modern TV, sound system. You've already seen all the consoles and stuff we have, so we're going to be adding to that, making it look nicer, and one of the centerpieces is going to be this MAME cabinet. So like I said, we had tested it out with 2 players, and now we've got it built out for 4 players, and what I did was I just framed it up. I really had like 0 clue what I was doing. I just looked at some designs on the internet, went to Home Depot. I picked up some 2x2s and 2x4s and different gauges, or I guess depth of MDF, and just started building it. I got tired of designing and thinking about what should we do next, and I just wanted to make something so we can have something physical in front of us and test stuff out and figure out what works and what doesn't work. We got 2 sets of joysticks from X Arcade. What's included with those packs are a total of 4 joysticks, and then each joystick has 10 buttons, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, 10 buttons. One of those buttons being a player 1 button or player 2. We need to get those painted because currently we have player 1, player 2, player 1, player 2. But we also have 4 buttons up at the top that are going to be things like escape and enter and space bar and other buttons like that we'll be using a lot. We also are kind of leaving some space for a trackball. We really don't like trackball games all that much, like Golden Tee or anything like that, but the idea being that we won't have to pull out a mouse and keyboard as often if we just have the trackball there, and any user interfaces that require a mouse, we can just use that. So the PC that we're going to be building this on is really nothing special. It's actually just a repurposed workstation that we haven't been using at work. It's kind of outdated, so we thought it would be pretty good to use it for our purposes. It's actually an Intel i5-650 3.2 dual core, which is probably overkill for just emulators, but we actually have a lot of Steam games that we like to play, like Nidhogg and Gang Beast and Speedrunners. We freaking love Speedrunners. Being able to play those kind of more 3D, a little bit more intensive games is nice. We might actually stick a GPU in there. We've got a couple old GPUs that we're not using, and that'll just give us a little bit more headroom with those games that we want to play, and also maximize the connectivity. So to navigate through all the thousands of games that we're going to be able to get with the emulator and ROMs and MAME and all that kind of stuff, we're going to be using Xbox Media Center. I love Xbox Media Center. I've been using it since 2004, 2005, whenever we first started to be able to mod original Xboxes. I actually learned how to solder by playing around, and I almost destroyed an Xbox doing that. Memories, but I digress. We're going to be using Xbox Media Center, and there's a couple plugins, one being Advanced Launcher and the other being ROM Collection Browser, I think. I'll link as much stuff as I can in the description. But basically they allow you to be able to navigate through your games, sort them by publisher, year, system, all that kind of stuff. Just Xbox Media Center is great. If you're not using it, check it out for HTPCs and a lot of other things. So with the Advanced Launcher, one cool thing we can actually do is launch into Steam Big Picture mode. Or really, if you wanted to, there are plugins that allow you to import your whole Steam, and I think even Origin and Uplay libraries, straight into Xbox Media Center, so you can have just one kind of continuous environment to play all your games from. So definitely expect some more content based on our main machine. As the build progresses, I will definitely keep you informed. So do any of you guys play ROMs or emulators? Do you have main machines? Have you built full cabinets? If so, please let me know. Talk about it in the comments. If you're using different applications and different plugins, or can help us set us up, let me know. So I've also done a couple updates in camera gear. I've gotten some more do-it-yourself projects that I've been working on. You guys saw the slider. I kind of wanted to highlight everything I did for that slider because it's a pretty cool piece of machinery, if I do say so myself. And I designed it off the iShark, or the iFootage Shark slider, which is a $700 amazing slider, super smooth, has a little flywheel system so you can get really, really smooth shots and stuff like that. I just didn't want to pay $700 for a slider. I couldn't justify that for where my channel is and what I wanted to do. So I went to Lowe's and Home Depot, like I do for a lot of things, and bought some electrical conduit, some some random construction joints, nuts, bolts, nuts and bolts. It's kind of like boots and cats and nuts and bolts. Sorry. So yeah, I bought all that stuff and just started to design and redesign and take it apart and go back to Lowe's. It's probably in about its third iteration, and I've spent maybe $150 on it, and it works pretty well. Every once in a while I notice some things that I'm not able to do, and I probably would be if I had bought a $700 slider, but overall I'm pretty happy with it. So yeah, I also have a do-it-yourself handheld camera rig, which is a little bit of a steady cam rig. I think I based it off of a rig called the Fig rig, or the Fig cage. But yeah, I'm able to plop my camera on there, a external monitor, LCD lights, a H4n, which is my audio recorder, which I have a video coming out soon on. Just able to mount everything I need on there and get some fairly steady, fairly smooth handheld shots. Get some angles, you know, that you probably wouldn't be able to if you had a shoulder rig or just a handheld rig. I do have access to a Zacuto shoulder rig, but it's super heavy, kind of cumbersome, and yeah, it's just kind of long, so I'm not doing a lot of moving shots. Maybe if I go to something like CES, which would be freaking sweet, but don't think it's in the cards for, you know, where my channel is right now. Maybe if I do something like that, conventions, or just do some shooting on the streets, I'll use the Zacuto rig, and if you guys want to see that, let me know in the comments. But right now, I really like the handheld thing. I love my DIY stuff. So yeah, I'm investing in some high quality video gear because there's just some things that you can't get done with do-it-yourself stuff. I hope you guys like the stuff I did in the NVIDIA Shield video, and I want to get more of that stuff and have it better quality and just produce the greatest content I can in the easiest amount of time. Work smart, not hard, and sometimes that means spending a little bit more money rather than spending hours and hours and hours and making hundreds of revisions to do-it-yourself gear that just won't be able to get the same quality as the ready-made stuff. So overall, with the camera gear, I just want to be able to produce really, really high quality, high definition, just stuff that makes your jaw drop. That's what I like seeing when I watch videos, so that's what I want to provide for you guys. So that's it for this vlog. I know it was a lot of information, and I have no idea how long this is going to be. I'm still shooting, and it's starting to get dark. I'm losing light, as they say in the industry. But yeah, so much has happened in the last few days to my channel. I'm really excited to keep putting out new videos, try to grow a community, interact with you guys as much as possible, and this is just the beginning. So as always, leave a comment below. Let me know what you thought of the video. If there's any stuff you saw in the video that you want to know more about, let me know. I'm going to try to link everything in the description. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I'm constantly taking pictures of all my tech and projects, so if you want more granular updates and just every second, no, I can't do that because I have a job. But if you want more granular updates and everyday kind of stuff, follow me on there. I also have a Facebook page, Sergeant Ballistic. That's my name across everything, so you can check me out on at Sergeant Ballistic on Twitter, at Sergeant Ballistic on Instagram, Sergeant Ballistic on Facebook. I'm also thinking about building a site. I am a web developer, so it shouldn't be too hard, I hope, to build a site that could be a central hub for all this stuff. So maybe you guys can just go there and see all my Instagram stuff, see the Facebook posts, see any articles I might want to write, just explaining more in depth the things I've done with my tech and projects and all that kind of stuff. So let me know if that sounds like a good idea to you. So please be sure to subscribe if you already haven't. Hit that thumbs up button because it really helps me out, and I will see you guys next time. What is that? Why did I do that? What are you doing, Michael?
Screwing his nuts on.
You're screwing nuts?
So it'll be sort of like
a 35?
Like a 50 on a full frame.
Yeah.
Hey, what was Blackbeard's favorite model of camera? Favorite brand of camera? Canon.
That's gonna go on.
What did the pirate say on his birthday?
Whoa!
Hi, matey.
I'm 80. I'm 80.
Oh my god.
That was pretty good.